Hello everyone and welcome to the Very Reasonable Pilots Podcast. I'm your host, Charles Long, and with me as always is my co-host, Jake Gloth. How are you doing this lovely morning, Jacob?
I'm alive. What about you, Charles?
I'm also alive. I've got coffee right here. This is my second cup of coffee today. Third cup of coffee today. I lied.
Yeah, you're in Scotland, you're drinking coffee, and I'm in good old US of A, and I'm drinking tea.
Yeah, I've got tea. I got beetroot tea the other day. It's pretty good. It's got like apples and stuff. It's nice. So, do you have a pitch for a TV show, or are we just going to talk about hot drinks? Because mine's not really a hot drink anymore. It's more of like a room temperature drink.
So I do actually have a pitch. This one was fun because I spent a lot of time coming up with this pitch, but I don't actually have that all that much written down because I spent maybe like half an hour, I'll say, just trying to figure out the ending. And I have so many sections of my notebook crossed out because I had like 3 other ideas that like almost worked but that didn't work.
I'm excited to hear about it. Is it? Can I guess? Is it Lovecraftian cyberpunk?
No, it's just not. How'd you know it wasn't gonna?
Because I'm just so smart. I'm a smart boy. Is it Dolphin High School?
No, I forgot that was your other one.
I'm gonna keep teasing Dolphin High School.
But never actually get it. It'd be funny. You did that once with one of your pitches where you mentioned 3. And you did the first one, and then you did the second one. And then the third one you did 2 episodes after.
Yeah, that's great.
Like you waited.
It's keep them in suspense. Keep them coming back.
I'm pretty sure you forgot, and at one point I reminded you because I was listening to that episode again, and then you pitched it the next week.
Yeah, that is what happened. But I don't want to tell them how the sausage is made. Maybe somebody will just keep coming back, hoping to hear more about Dolphin High School, and I'll never give it to them.
I think Digital Walls was the one that you kept postponing.
Wasn't Falling Up the one I kept postponing? Oh
no, it was Falling Up. You're right. Was there 4 of them? So it was Digital Walls, Fear and Loathing in 2084, and 3 Feet Deep.
Yeah.
And then I guess you had a 4th one.
I have a 4th one in there. Saved up.
Falling Up.
You kept postponing Digital Walls, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, that was me, because you'd ask me every week.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, not that one.
Fair enough. Well, now it's my turn to tell you that one. Tell me about the television program.
Well, I only have one, so you can't really pick. It's just the one.
Also, can I say something for the both of us before we continue? Just for future reference, we too are allowed to use these ideas in whatever we want in the future. Okay?
Wait, what?
If one of us gets a job like writing TV, we're allowed to use these ideas. I'm just saying. Just want everyone to know.
I think that's already assumed. It's like
well, nothing.
Look, I studied copyright law. I know what I'm talking about. But when we say it, we officially make it our idea.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to register.
I don't want people calling us like schmucks because we didn't come up with any new ideas because we're using these ideas.
Oh, I thought you were taking it from like a legal standpoint, not like a we're picking old ideas.
Yeah, because these are I like to think that at least some of these ideas are pretty good. And if we get the chance, we'll make them into a TV show. We won't, because the world's ending, and we're, 2 fuckknuckles who aren't... We haven't been bought and sold by Netflix yet. Yeah,
I can't wait.
I'm so excited. Did
you hear that Netflix is going to cut back on smoking in originals?
Lame!
Because apparently there's a lot of kickback over Stranger Things Season 3. I don't know if there was a lot of smoking in that or something.
I think David Harbour smokes, but also that's what they did in the 80s. They smoked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, like one mom complained and now Netflix is like, everyone's upset.
Yeah. Like, you can have a man be exploded by a grenade and nobody would bat an eye. But then it's like, oh, he smoked a cigarette? Ooh, he's telling kids to do naughty things.
They said that, right? That they're going to cut back on smoking in Netflix originals.
I don't remember that, but...
and I found this out through, like, a source that I have related to Peaky Blinders, which is a TV show. Now, I would say probably every scene in Peaky Blinders involves smoking.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to cut back on that. That's like a plot point is that everyone smokes all the time because they're all addicted.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Peaky Blinders, and your boy Cillian Murphy, who's your favorite? He's your man crush, right? Yeah. I saw Sunshine. Have you seen?
You saw him? Oh my god!
I saw Sunshine, and Cillian Murphy in Sunshine.
Oh yeah, I've heard that he's in that. A friend of mine told me it's really good.
It is really good. It's got Chris Evans. It's got the guy who plays Wong in Doctor Who, but he's
Benedict
skinny
Wong?
or not? Yeah, Benedict Wong, who plays Wong.
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
It is. It's great.
And he also plays a character in Prey, the video game.
Oh yeah, he plays your brother in that game.
Yeah.
He's great. That guy's great. And he's skinny in that movie. Chris Evans is there, and he's a dick. It's great. Everybody's playing against cast. Cillian Murphy is the hero.
Because he's skinny, he's playing against cast.
He's playing against what he plays now. Benedict Wong.
I guess Cillian Murphy kind of plays both.
He's not a hero. Look at his creepy face. Also, they gave him a mullet.
You gotta see him in different shows.
I've seen him in Peaky Blinders. I know.
Well, no, that show he's kind of like he's the protagonist, but he's not really a hero.
Okay, what other shows is he in, and in which ones is he a good guy?
In Inception, he's not a bad guy.
Everyone's
Inception's kind of conflicting because he's the person they're trying to mess with, but like he's not really a bad person.
Yeah, I mean,
they just want to do something, and that's a very emotional movie because like this final scene with his dad.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
And
good.
And his dad's like, "You're so creepy, Cillian. I'm not your dad."
He's like, you know, I want you to stop trying to be me. And he's like, oh, and he's crying. It's great.
You ever want to get embarrassed for Cillian Murphy?
Pulls out that pinwheel.
You ever want to get embarrassed for Cillian Murphy? Watch the behind the scenes when he tried out for Batman in Batman.
No, I thought that was great.
What?
His Batman voice is amazing. I wish they did him rather than Christian Bale. His Batman voice, it's like instead of doing like the thing, whatever the hell Christian Bale does, like the gargling marbles, he just like makes his voice deeper.
Yeah, that's a better idea, but he doesn't look like Batman.
Oh, in the suit?
Yeah.
Well, that's because it's not the suit. It's an old
He doesn't
suit.
look like Batman, period. I could not imagine Cillian Murphy being Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, well,
Bruce Wayne's built. He's fucking ripped. He's huge.
He would have gotten in shape. I mean, Cillian Murphy he's in decent shape.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he's
like
skinny.
he obviously, if he was going to play a superhero, he would have worked out a bit. You know?
Yeah, I guess. I think Benedict Wong should have been cast as Batman. That's all I'm saying.
Anyways, so my story starts in New York, modern day. Ooh. Our main character, Sam, wakes up in his bed in his apartment in Brooklyn. He works as an extractor. An extractor in the sort of Inception universe. Interesting that we were just talking about Inception.
So he goes into people's dreams.
Like yes.
Okay.
So goes into people's dreams, like Inception.
Like an Inception.
Yep.
Can that be the name of the show?
Inception?
No,
it's called Dreams.
Can it be like Dreams, like an Inception?
Yeah, okay, sure. And he has a meeting with Reno Industries. Because they're going to try out a new dream tech. And so he goes to the meeting, and he's learning from the head scientist, Jax, J-A-X.
Oh, like from Mortal Kombat.
No, I didn't think like that.
Oh,
sure.
I'm going to assume he has robot arms.
The idea is the tech can put you under infinite dream layers. So in Inception, the movie, you can go under 3 layers, and then if you go under a 4th, you're like in limbo or whatever.
Yeah, you're in a coma.
You can't really get out. But this can put you under infinite layers, and you won't be able to tell the difference between the dream and reality. The only person that knows how many layers you're in are the people that put you under.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. And so,
like in Paprika.
As he's listening to him talk, Sam starts to realize something's off. The body language of the scientists are weird. And he's starting to feel like a little nauseous. And he goes to the bathroom, and he receives a phone call. But Charles, the phone call is from himself.
In the future or in the past?
And it's to be revealed.
I'm excited.
And the phone call is telling him that he needs to kill himself because he's dreaming right now. to go down a level. So the phone call of himself is telling him like, all right, you're in a dream right now. If you kill yourself, you can go down a level.
So it's like I'm just trying to get my head around it. It's like at a high-rise apartment, right? And let's say the 37th level is where he is right now. And if he shoots himself, he'll move down a level in the high-rise.
In the dream, yeah. But he doesn't know how high he is up.
Yeah, okay.
In the dream. So kind of the fear through the series is
any of this real?
Is he at the bottom? Because, if you shoot yourself on the bottom level, you're dead.
Yeah, then you go to the top, all the way to hell. Right at the top.
Yep. Anyway, conflicted over the decision because he's afraid that he's in reality, and he doesn't really know what that phone call was. As he comes out of the bathroom, he's chased by Reno agents. Agents are kind of like I kind of picture them like Mr. Smith in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
somebody who can't
really
be stopped.
Similar looking dudes. Well, no, it's just like that general look. Like really similar looking guys, all wearing suits.
Maybe they're all based off of this.
Very like sort of emotionless.
If they're,
but they can be stopped.
Yeah, but they're all like maybe they're based off of the same template, like the company Reno Incorporated or whatever.
They're real big Matrix fans.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get what's his name to do it.
Oh, if we could get him to do it, this would officially be an Inception and a Matrix sequel, or a prequel to the Matrix, sequel to Inception. But I'm just saying they have like a guy who's also plugged into the dream, and he's like manifesting these guys who all look kind of like him, but he changes it up because he wants to try on a new suit, haircut, something. And maybe that could be a joke. Like 3 of them will show up, and one of them just has a hairstyle that's completely different. Like one of them's got an afro, and our guy Sam is like, what the fuck? And he's like, I'm trying something new. God, just try one thing. Everybody judges you. Christ, I'll change it. And he just and it switches to his regular hair.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Anyway, the agents chase him. Runs away. Runs to the top of the hospital as he's running away from these agents. Most of the episode's gonna be the chase between him and trying to sort of a internal struggle, trying to figure out if he's in a dream or not. He's still conflicted when he gets to the roof of the hospital, as he's been running away from these agents who are both shooting him with real guns and tranquilizer guns.
Yeah.
Which is a mixture of trying to sedate him versus kill him.
Because if they kill him, he might just go to a different dream, but we don't know. So he can't let them kill him because he might be real life, but he can't let them put them to sleep because if he is real life, he'll just be put in dreams.
Well, the agents. It's sort of assumed the agents and Jax know what level he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what level he's on, so he can't let them shoot him.
And he can't sort of tell if he's on the bottom level or if he's, what's it called? If he's still under multiple levels of a dream because they're shooting him with both types of guns. So he's like, I don't know, would they... He also doesn't know why they're trying to kill him or sedate him. And so he runs away, gets to the top of the building. He's up there, sort of has a confrontation with Jax, who's telling him to get down. Jax is trying to convince him that this is the final level. There's no dream. What is he talking about? And Sam decides, you know what? I'm gonna trust myself, and he jumps off the building. And
cut to credits. End of the first episode is him falling with some music.
Yep.
We get a good... What song do you want to get? Because you have to have a good song if a character's jumping.
Song.
Yeah. Trying to think about something that has to do with dreams. But not Dream On. I don't want to get Dream On. That sounds terrible.
Maybe some David Bowie.
Ooh, maybe some David Bowie.
He's got some dreamy songs.
Maybe get some folk. That would be my idea. Get some some psych folk. Get some Bob Dylan in there.
Maybe, yeah, Bob Dylan would be good.
All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix, if we can license that.
I would probably blow our whole budget.
Oh, it would.
Netflix would give us $10 and we'd blow it all on that. And we wouldn't be able to afford the song. We'd afford half a second of it.
It was great.
But people would tell. They'd be like, was that All Along the Watchtower? And we'd be like, yep.
But it'd only be one chord. It'd be BAM! And people would be like, is that All Along the Watchtower? It's a good song.
I think that was the Jimi Hendrix version.
Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
Anyway, each episode, let me just explain the second episode a little bit so that you can get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second episode, he's going to wake up, and he's not going to be a he. He's going to be a she. So his memories are so scrambled, he doesn't know who he is, so his subconscious is just sort of switching his gender.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really know who he or what he is.
Mm-hmm.
As we go through the series, it'll become more concrete as he realizes who he is, or she is. So basically, each episode, he/she wakes up in different places and times, and has to unravel the mystery of who he/she is, while trying to discern if they're in reality or a dream, and running away from the agents.
Okay. I think you said that there was no way to tell if someone was in a dream or not. Like, that was one of the things about the new technology. I think there should be some way to tell. But
well, there is.
It's just,
we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say it has to be, like, complicated or difficult to pull off.
Oh, I was just going to say, remember in Inception, you know the little gimbals they have?
Mm-hmm.
You see that movie, right?
Yeah.
So Leonardo DiCaprio has the little, like, spinny top, and that's how he knows. The problem with Sam is he/she doesn't know what their gimbal is.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't remember. Doesn't know where it is.
Maybe they've got just a bunch of things in their pockets, and like every time they wake up, it's the same things in their pockets, and they're trying to figure out which one is it. Yeah. I was thinking something like maybe because it's a dream, you're able to manifest something, but it can't be big because they're so plugged into the technology and everything. Yeah. So maybe if like Sam, it's a lady's name and a man's name. That's smart.
Yeah, that was the idea.
If Sam focuses really, really hard, he can, like, make a coin flip to heads or tails.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking that like, people all keep coins on them and flip them constantly because they've come up with this way of telling, and it's only 50% of the time it's correct. Because it's still a chance that they're wrong, and it's just, chance that they got it right, but, I just think some way that's not as, easy concrete to figure out and kind of like leaves more open. Like I want, and this is just my idea, but like it would be interesting to me if like the Reno technologies or whatever would also barely understand kind of the implications of what they're using. The technology they're using, and they're trying to like just figure out like, okay, let's figure out how to get people to dream about our products. They're just trying to use it for like advertising purposes and like maybe manipulating the public into like buying more Reno shampoo. Buy the Reno sticks. It's the best smoke you'll ever have, or something. And it's...
Yeah, that actually might surprisingly fit kind of well with my ending that I have written now.
Okay, cool. And like, maybe Jax, Sam, and the agent guy they're like slowly falling down this rabbit hole and discovering what's like the true implications of the technology that they've like created.
Oh, that works really well with my ending.
Yay!
All right. Anyway, so throughout each episode, Sam is going to run into a new video of him/herself. We're just going to go with him, so I don't have to say that every time. Video of himself. In each one, he's a bit more disheveled and crazy looking. Mm-hmm. It's kind of strange. So, like, maybe the first one, it's like, very clean cut, good haircut,
Is it
some nice clothing. And as it goes, his hair gets crazier, and the video sort of goes with his person, like who he is at the moment. So if it's a she, it's a female in the video.
Is it like, I'm imagining the video, if you're Sam, you come into a room and it's like, you have a dream hallway or whatever, you walk into the room and there's a VHS tape on the thing and you put it in. There'd have to be for some way for Sam from the past to communicate, to like convince Sam now that they're the same person, because they may look different. So they have to be like, all right, tell me something that only I would know. And maybe that would be character growth moment or something. Or something, you know, each thing.
Yeah, like little things that like sort of he learns more about himself.
Yeah. Or like...
So that he gets to some of his memories back.
And, or maybe they have like a joke. Like a joke they own, that Sam understands and nobody else does. So maybe, like, in the video, Sam starts it by asking a question that doesn't make any sense. Like, what color is the dog's dreams? And then present Sam would answer with something that, you know, doesn't make sense, but makes sense to him, her, them.
Yeah, like sort of the, like, and I'm thinking about like the placement of the phones or videotapes or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's similar to that. It's like places that first, like, make sense only with Sam. Like,
yeah.
Like it's something like maybe if he's running into an apartment to like run away from someone, and he like subconsciously like, I don't know, closes the blinds and does this like sort of routine, and he'll find the videotape or the phone through that routine.
Yeah. Like
routine things, or maybe if he's going to bed, like he has a certain routine.
Or there's like...
Runs into that as well.
He gets somewhere and he's like, alright, I have to check everywhere for bugs. Because he thinks the room might be bugged. And he like finds it hidden in the fence. And he's like, I knew you'd find it, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
Or lady fucking moron, you know, to either. Because the Sam who's talking in the video may not, like, maybe could address the fact that they're different people. And it's like, you might be a lady, you might be a man, you might be something in the middle. I don't really care. All you need to know is that I'm you, and we're so totally fucked if you don't do this thing.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking, I don't know, do you have a background for like a backstory built for Samuel?
We don't get to that to the very end. That's the ending. Is we get.
I'm so excited.
So anyway,
consider me intrigued.
So okay. So just before we get to the ending, there are going to be side characters. I was trying to figure out how to do side characters because if it's just him and the agents in the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you have other people? Well, the side characters are all going to be him. It's parts of his subconscious.
Oh.
Like it is in the Matrix, but they're going to be a little bit more flamboyant than they are in the Matrix. So, or not in the Matrix, sorry, in Inception.
Yeah.
So in Inception, they're just sort of like mindless things that walk around. They don't say anything.
Maybe.
But in this, they sort of like embody like parts of his personality.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll have different side characters that he'll like sort of joke and be like, "Well, you're just fucking me. Like, what's the point of talking to you?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, you know, you talk to yourself anyway, so you might as well talk to yourself, but over here."
And maybe like if the main character Sam is switching bodies constantly and like switching actors, the different personalities can be played by people who were Sam in a previous episode. Maybe like you don't see the first guy who plays Sam in the first episode until like episode 4, where he comes back as like Sam's
like a side character. Yeah,
like Sam's. Is this like, hey, I'm Joseph, or does like the side characters go like, hello, I'm your internalized anger towards the system?
I think that they should sort of present themselves as like, you know, with different sort of crazy names, right? And Sam, it sort of takes him sort of a while to realize like that it's all just part of him because it's a dream. And so I was thinking, I've got 4 personality traits for him that I sort of want to embody as side characters. So Sam's going to be quick to anger, so he's going to have like a sort of a wrathful side character. We've got
rage. Wait, is this just going to be Inside Out?
Like, I haven't seen Inside Out.
Oh.
Anyway, that character is going to be like very like, you know, always wants to shoot the agents and fight every single time. We've got Pensive Sam. Pensive Sam's very like, you know, wants to think about every situation, maybe a little philosophical about things, like is constantly referencing dead philosophers and like what would they do in this moment, and like really getting like into the whole dream thing. And it's like kind of like, well, maybe it's better to just stay in the dream than to leave because reality is awful or something. Then we've got like super quiet Sam, who doesn't like talk a lot, is very just like introverted Sam. I go with that's what I'm going.
Yeah, like his maybe Sam's like external personality is kind of gruff because he has an internal like shyness and awkward like anxiety that he's not confronted in his life.
But it's just completely embodied in this one character.
Yeah,
just that one trait.
Who like I'm imagining these characters as like people that can't be killed. I don't know if that's like part of it, but like maybe Sam meets them and he thinks it's like, oh, finally another person, and then he gets into a gunfight and like a bullet goes through Wrath's eye and nothing happens. Like Wrath like has a bullet wound, but he doesn't die. And like I'm imagining pensive Sam is just kind of sitting there like playing with a yo-yo, maybe.
Yeah. Just
like thinking, chewing some gum. And socially awkward Sam's just in the bathroom. Not using the bathroom, but he gets very nervous around people, so he has to have a safe space that he can just calm down.
I'd like for them to help, though. So maybe if we did, like... So they can't die, but it's not like the bullets go through them.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to sort of help out Sam. I don't want them to just be, like, ghosts around him. Maybe, like...
They can hit, like...
Like, they respawn or something.
Yeah.
Like that when they die, it's like, oh, shit, well, it's gonna take, like, 20 minutes for Quick to Anger Sam to get back.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like...
Like, he's out for the rest of this.
I'm just tossing out ideas, but I'm imagining this as being in, like, an office complex. I don't know if that's correct, but, like,
The whole story?
Yeah. Like, in a...
No. Okay, well, the whole story is... I maybe missed this part, but... every single time he wakes up, right, it's going to be a completely different setting, time period.
Oh.
Like, so it's going to start off in modern-day New York, and then it might go to, like, medieval Japan.
Yeah.
Or, like, futuristic L.A.
Okay. Cool.
Because he doesn't know what reality is.
Yeah, he's all...
He's not sure what time period
messed up. Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. But I'm imagining maybe that these characters can affect the world around them, but they can't affect other agents because they're a part of Sam's psyche, and Sam's psyche is only able to affect the dream and not other people within the dream.
Well, now seeing Inception, they can, like the people.
Is this?
That's the point. They're supposed to help out. That's the whole point of the side characters, Charles.
Is this Chris Nolan's Inception too? Electric Dream.
It's sort of like the same idea. I like the idea that the subconscious is there to defend Sam.
Yeah.
And help him out.
Okay. Keep going. Tell me. I'm excited about this ending.
The agents are kind of like Agent Smith in the sense that there's like unlimited numbers of them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now the ending. So in the second to last episode, Sam's gonna decide that he's in a dream, as he does most episodes, and he's gonna kill himself. In the last episode, he's going to wake up in a hospital with Jax above him. And Jax going to be like, oh my god, finally we got you out. And Sam's going to be like, what? Like, what's happening? And Jax going to be like, oh, like, well, actually, see,
you were hit by a bus.
You put yourself under infinite, like a bunch of layers of dreams because your life is... Obviously, the dialogue's not going to go like this.
Yeah.
But he's going to basically say, like, your life is really boring, and you wanted to make it interesting.
Oh, you were going to... I was going to
go...
go...
yourself the hero.
Like Total Recall.
Yeah, kind of like Total Recall.
Okay.
But kind of the opposite.
Yeah, but like... switch... The beginning of Total Recall, when Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, I'm just a boring old gigantic construction worker.
Yeah.
I want to go to space.
But anyway, so Jackson like, yeah, so like you were just trying to make your life interesting. We kept trying to get you out, but you kept like fighting us because the whole world that you created, it was meant to erase your memory, but help you sort of think that the agents being the hospital workers, were not there to help you. They were there to kill you or hurt you, and you were some important person, like in Total Recall. And so he's like, you know, like he's coming to this realization. He's like, wow, like all this time. I thought it was important, but I'm not. Like, this is crazy. But like, things seem a little off still.
Yeah. And
something's weird. Like, Jax is acting weird. The other hospital workers are acting weird, just like they did in the first dream. Sam is going to go to the bathroom again, and he's going to find the phone again, and it's going to tell him that he's still dreaming. And so it's going to be like the same thing. He's going to run away from the hospital, being chased by Jax this time, who's alone. Like, this time, not looking like an agent, just looking like a doctor trying to help a patient. He doesn't have, like, a gun or anything. He's just, like, running after, like, trying to help him. And he's going to get to that same edge of that same building, the hospital. So he's going to be standing on the edge of the building. And Jack's going to be, like, pleading with him not to kill himself. And Sam's going to sort of, like, talk about, like, what he thinks. Like, he thinks that Jax isn't there to help him. And that actually, so sort of the videos, I probably should explain this first, but the videos over time are going to give Sam more and more of his story of who he is.
Okay. And
the story the videos eventually collectively are going to present is that Sam is a billionaire inventor who developed dream tech.
Oh.
And all these videos and all that are fail-safes within the dream tech to help him if he gets put under.
Yeah.
And the videos are basically like saying whoever is attacking you has put you under. They probably want your to like
they want the
get rid of you. They want to get rid of you so that they can absorb your company, most likely.
Yeah.
Because there's been like maybe there's like a plot that like they're trying to buy his company. That's what the videos are telling him. And they can't do that while he's conscious because he wouldn't let that happen. But if he's unconscious, someone else is in charge and they might let it go through. And so Sam's on the roof trying to go between like, is these fake videos telling me the truth? Am I really this billionaire who's about to lose his company and his invention to Reno Industries, or am I just like a idiot kid who wants to have like a fun life? But his life's really boring, so he created this whole reality and to help make his life interesting.
Yeah, I'm imagining like billionaire Sam would tell Sam, like in the videos, that the videos themselves are hard coded into the dream tech, so that like that's only for him.
Yeah,
and then. At the end, Jax would be like on the roof with him, and he'd be like, "The videos aren't just for you, man. We all have those videos. It's not real. Calm down."
Yeah, no, we see the videos. You put those in there. You just like, I want to basically say like he designed all the levels of the dream himself.
Yeah,
in like his apartment at home or something to make his life interesting. Like, you know, he threw in all those crazy adventures in space and in medieval times and all that.
Threw in all the monsters
to make his life interesting.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then,
so he's going to be on the roof, and there's two endings we could go with. He jumps. We go with that nice song.
Yeah, song from the first
all
episode.
Along the watchtower.
Yeah.
Cuts to black. End of show, or fades out.
Fades away.
That's the ending. We just go with that, leave it ambiguous, or you know, we go with a nicer ending where, you know, we actually get some closure.
Boo, closures for cowards.
He kills himself, wakes up in an airplane.
And it was a dream all along.
Notices the whole airplane is, like, or a lot of the airplane has agents in it all over the place. From Reno Industries. Remembers everything. He realizes he is the billionaire. Has them arrested and prevents the buyout.
Nice.
So we either get the closure that he actually is a billionaire tech investor, and they really are people trying to
fuck him over.
You know, fuck him over, steal his company, leave him in a dream forever, so he can't do anything about it. Or cut to black.
I'm always pro ambiguous ending. A, because I usually think it's more interesting, and B, sequel bait, gotta get that paper.
Yeah.
But I think, here's what we do. Cut Sam and Jax on the roof. Sam's turned around, he's staring over the edge of the building. Jax is trying to talk him down, but he's like keeping his ground, staying away, because he knows this guy's dangerous or whatever. Maybe he's got a scalpel or some other implement of harm. And, puts 1 foot off the edge and 1 foot on and holds it. And we just cut to, 1 foot floating, him holding 1 foot over the edge like he's gonna walk off, and the other foot firmly on the thing. And we cut and slowly fade into, all along the watchtower as credits play, and maybe, an old Japanese man makes a sandwich.
Okay. I don't know why the old Japanese man
because
is in there.
I think we gotta have something happening at the end. So maybe the guy from the beginning. He runs into a guy who's working at the sandwich shop at the first episode. And it's like, you want a ham and cheese sandwich? And he was like, yeah, sure. And he makes the ham and cheese sandwich. And it's like, here you go. Or on the spot. On the house.
Oh, and that could maybe be a hint that it was still a dream.
Yeah. And,
okay, I like that.
Yeah. That's my idea. But I very much enjoy Sam's Adventure in Dreams. It's just called Dreams.
Yeah. I just wanted I like the idea of you not being sure if you're in a dream or not.
Yeah.
And then killing yourself.
That's I don't
because you want to go down a level. But you're not sure. It's a gamble. You're not sure if you're in the final level first.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. There's a Batman comic that's kind of like that, where he's not in a dream, but what's it called? It's the one where he's got Joker's head in a jar. You know what the one?
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. It's where he's
Last
like
Night.
a clone.
Last Night or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like he's really, the bad guy is really himself.
Mm-hmm. But I read the first issue and I really liked it because it was like regular Batman.
You showed me that, and then I read the rest of it, and it wasn't actually that good.
Yeah, but the first issue's cool.
It is really cool. I like the scene, the imagery as well, like when he's got the Joker head and he's walking out the wasteland. But
in the first issue, for those who are unaware, it's a regular Batman adventure, and then he gets shot and he wakes up in an insane asylum, and all of his villains are the doctors. And there's this is the bat suit, and it was the suit they put him in on during electroshock therapy.
It's got a little bit of a cowl on it.
Yeah, I dig it. And he's got and a point that I really liked about that comic was when Bruce Wayne is in his cell and they're trying to convince him that he's crazy and Batman's not real.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I know myself well enough that there would be a tear or something in the wall that I would keep things in, right? And so he goes and he finds a tear in the wall, and he takes out a little dinosaur and a coin, a quarter, which which were the exact same ones that were in the Batcave.
Yeah.
So I like that, but I like your pitch. Dreams seems like it would be a good series. I think it would be a good, one and done, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking that, too.
I often like that better, when a series is,
very, concrete, short.
Yeah, short. You put all your good ideas into the first season.
Yeah, you just squeeze out all the juices right into that one season.
Right into that season. Right into that seasoning, and then you put it on a steak, and you're like, that tastes like television. So, thank you, everyone.
You want to hear all my shitty endings first?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
All right, so one that I had was that he invented Dream Tech and put himself under to protect the secrets from Reno Industries on purpose.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. And Jack says this isn't true, and you came in for a test, and you broke the system when you went in. So, the conflict is instead that he put himself under, or that he is actually an extractor, and he broke the system when he came in.
Was one of the endings that he's like a crocodile, or that he's like an animal they put in? Because I always like those ideas. Aw. Why not? It's like we put a monkey into a dream and told it was a human, and it did human things, and then we took it out of the dream and it realized it was a monkey and shot itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty weird.
Or a cow. It wouldn't be able to...
One of them I only had to go to the 3rd level, where he finds his gimbal, and he realizes that there is no dream tech.
He's just a crazy guy?
And they just wanted him to kill himself. That's what it was. They wanted him to keep going down and kill himself. But he doesn't kill himself. Or maybe he does. I don't know. One of them he was a guy the whole time, and he had a female companion throughout the whole series. And the idea is that you think that the female is real, and you get to the ending, and Jax is actually a real doctor, and he tells him, like, hey, you actually made this whole thing up because you miss your wife, and after she died, you made this whole, like, dream world so that you could still go on adventures with her and have fun. But she's not real, and you sort of, like, see her fade away or something.
Oh,
and then
like
he wakes
Joker. You seen Joker?
Huh?
Like Joker.
Oh, yeah, like the girlfriend. But maybe a bit more,
substantive?
less fucked up than that.
Less dumb?
Yeah. So, like, that's the idea. But then I thought that's too close to Inception because Christopher Nolan likes to do dead wives, so...
Christopher Nolan loves dead wives. I'm scared for his wife.
Yeah.
Is he married? He's married to film. He loves film so much.
I think he's married and his wife's alive.
Yeah. Good. I don't think he would make movies about guys with dead wives if his wife was dead. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
and then my final one.
Let's hear it.
My final shitty idea was it ends with Sam and Jax on a train, and here Jax is trying to convince him that he's in reality. Or no, my bad. Sorry, Jax is trying to convince him that he's in the dream, and he needs to go down one more level. And Sam thinks he's in reality, and it ends with Sam killing Jax. Like they tumble on the train and they fight, and Sam kills Jax because he thinks he's in reality, and he thinks that Jax is trying to kill him. It's the same idea. He invented Dream Tech. But in that idea, I was like, that one failed because I was like, why would they need him to kill himself? Like, I don't know. I couldn't figure out a reason why Reno Industries needed Sam to kill himself.
Well, that's actually, I think an episode could end like that. Like a Wild West, they're on a train. Because I would like the idea that even though he's going to all these varying different locations and settings, it's always like an enclosed space, like an office building or a train or a spaceship or whatever.
Yeah. Because
he's trapped. And maybe the Wild West episode ends with him grabbing Jax and they both jump off the train into a ravine, or he pulls them off and they fall. Yeah. Just ideas.
Anyway, those are my,
That's all
my
we do here.
endings that didn't make the cut. I went through a lot.
There
was more than that I didn't write down.
I believe you.
I was really struggling with trying to figure out like how to end this.
Well, I think you did a good job ending it with the millionaire inventor. That's not what I thought was going to happen, but I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed our conversation and your pilot.
Oh, so sweet.
Thank you. And thank you, our lovely listeners, for listening, liking, subscribing to the Very Reasonable Pilots podcast. Can be found wherever good podcasts are sold, and by sold I mean given away for free, because we don't need money.
Well, I mean, we do need money. We just don't make any money.
No, we don't need money. We just live in this recording studio together, and we feast on rats and think of TV show ideas. That's all. We don't need money. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, and if you can, tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell a stranger on the bus about a podcast you listen to. And have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye.